Okay, now this is really the introductory chapter to teaching values taught here at Fresno Pacific University. And we're going to talk about values and principles. The interesting thing about values is you can choose to value anything. You can choose to value things that really look good and they're kind of sweet, but they bring a lot of sorrow. So that's not necessarily what you want to value. We kind of learn by experience the things that do that to us. And we find, eventually, we find the principles we really want to put our trust in. So when you put your foot out there, you can step on it and it will hold, that principle will hold you up. Well, that is what we're going to be doing in the course. We're going to be talking about the difference between values. We can value anything, good or bad, and principles. Principles are really work, whether you believe in them or not. And so now, in order to do that, we're going to go through a thinking process, and the thinking process is going to be what we call a paradigm. Now, a lot of people know exactly what that is, but some people don't. So just to make sure we're not, assuming anything here, let's talk about paradigms. A paradigm is a way of thinking to explain or predict. Is a paradigm a dime inside of a pear? No, it's not. Is a paradigm a parachute with a dime suspended beneath it? No, it's not. Is a paradigm a pair of dimes? No. Is it a small refund? No. No, it's, like I said, a way of thinking to explain or predict. Now, an easy way to understand this is to think about the old saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And if you can just think of that for a moment, you know that some people think some things are beautiful, other things are not. Well, their paradigm, their way of thinking, the way they view things, will explain to them, yes, I think this is beautiful, no, I think that's ugly. And that's what a paradigm does. It explains, or it'll help you to predict things. Now, we said that a paradigm is a way of thinking that explains or predicts things. That way, we understand that paradigms equal our values. The way we look at things is going to tell us whether we value something or not. Do we value this person as a friend? Do we value this course? Do I value this car? Do I value, it's understandable. Our paradigms, the way we think to explain and predict things, equals what we choose to value. Now, are values the same thing as a principle? No, we don't believe so. Principles are things you can see working. They're self-evident. And we're going to be talking about one principle after the other in this course. One of them is going to be the freedom to be able. What's that? Well, we'll talk about that in the next video. But we can see people becoming able to do things as they learn in the study and so forth. This is no secret. It's self-evident. It's the example of a principle. The question is, do we value that principle? Or do we choose to do something else instead, besides learning to do things? So what we want to do is learn how to match our values to our principles. And when we do that, we're going to be using something called a check for understanding. That's for next time.